These women are impossible to forget. I have tried. Forget the heroes, forget the role models. I think the characters who really get under our skin are these broken, fractured ones. The obsessive, the manipulative, the ones that aren't just flawed, they are fractured, but they are fascinating. Here's a list of 10 women who are just not flawed, they are completely unhinged. 10 female protagonists that are going to haunt you, challenge you, and terrify your mind. Let's start. First up is our terminally online imposter, none other than June Hayward from Yellowface by R.F. Kwang. June is a character who proves that you don't need a knife to be dangerous. You just need a Twitter account and a complete lack of shame. June is a struggling writer who watches her literary darling frenemy, Athena Liu, choked to death. Does she call 911? No. Instead, she steals her unpublished masterpiece of a novel, rebrands herself as this racially ambiguous author, and publishes this as her own book. The rest of the book is just we see June spiraling down her own spy of lies, and as the internet hunts her down. What makes her truly unhinged are the mental gymnastics that she's going to do with not only her own mind, with your mind as well. Yes, she is going to gaslight you, the reader, into believing that she deserves this book, that she is a worthy receiver of all this praise. She's going to scroll internet till like her eyes bleed out or something. She's going to fight with trolls and even imagine her dead best friend. For the first time, I loved watching the main character dig her own grave, and I loved seeing June spiraling down her own web of lies. But the part that kind of broke my brain is that I kind of secretly admired June. Like, I think we all have this tenacious person inside ourselves, this mean, conniving person somewhere hidden inside who do want to stop at nothing and who want to do all the wrong things, but the rational part of our brain says no, let's not do that. But June lets it all out, and I couldn't just stop and admire her for taking that step forward in life. Maybe I'm broken. Next up is the sleeping dragon, none other than Misaki Matsuda from The Sword of Kaigen by Emil Wong. Now we are pivoting to a slightly different kind of unhinged. Like Misaki, she isn't like your usual screaming and crying kind of unhinged. She is this like terrifyingly, terribly, quite dangerous one. I was drawn to Misaki right from like chapter 1. Like the way they introduce her character is that she is a very quiet, submissive housewife, but she is trying to play this, role play this sword fight with like foot and swords or whatever with the child, and the child is like he has some inherited powers and all, and he needs to be like, he can't believe that he cannot outbeat this woman. And that is the tragedy of Misaki. Like, she is stuck in this loveless marriage. Like, all her hopes, dreams, her talents are all wasted inside, and she has to suppress all these qualities inside her and rot away like with a husband who doesn't even bother speaking with her. For the first half of the book, like, she is really like this quiet woman who kind of suppresses everything for her family, kind of follows this order of like husbands and father-in-laws. But right when her family is threatened in the second part, her mask not only slips, it shatters. And she displays this level of violence and elemental power that is god tier. That's the type of woman I love reading about, like fierce, bold, and who would just stop at nothing when your loved ones are in danger. She broke my brain because she kind of reminds me of the fact that the quietest woman in the room is probably the one who you should be most afraid of. Next up is our pop culture cannibal, Ji-won from The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. From cold, noble rage to hot, crunchy rage, meet Ji-won, who is a character who completely loses her grip on reality. After her father leaves, her mother starts dating this awful racist white man, and Ji-won just snaps. And the way she snaps is not like, oh, I'm going to buy a sports car or I'm going to get a terrible haircut. No. She develops this weird, obsessive, terrifying obsession with eyeballs, popping them, collecting them, eating them. Yeah. And all this starts off when she has fish eyes for the first time, and her personality just takes a huge dark turn. I have to admit, when I was small, I used to like eat fish eyes a lot. I was told I'm going to have good eyesight and brain power. I still wear contacts, so I don't know about the first half of it, but I actually kind of enjoy eating fish eyes. Anyways, this is the type of book I kind of love reading because this is like a good for her novel for Jiwon. This book is a sharp, bloody satire on how Asian women are kind of fetishized by the community and consumed by society. So Jiwon takes a step further and starts consuming back. This is a very feminist book, and the protagonist is very relatable in her anger, but the book doesn't scream feminism. And the protagonist here just breaks and snaps like till she literally starts popping eyeball like grapes. That's not unhinged. I don't know what else can be. Next up is the number one fan, Annie Wilkes from Misery by Stephen King. Now, we cannot have a video on Unhinged Woman without talking about the Queen Mother herself. Yes, none other than Annie. This book follows Paul Sheldon, a famous author who kind of crashes his car in a blizzard and is rescued by this woman, who's Annie, who is a former nurse, and she kind of is a self-proclaimed number one fan of Paul. Annie is the most terrifying depiction of mood swings that I've ever read. Like one where she's very sweet, taking care of Paul, bringing him soup, nursing him, and on the other end, she just like violently raging like a storm, completely lost, looking at the void, or has a chainsaw in her hand or something. I mean, I have to admit it, like I love the way this character was written. Like you don't know which Annie is going to walk in through the door. Annie is a completely dangerous and unpredictable psycho, and trust me, she makes this book a page turner. So Annie, are you happy? I paid my respects to you. Now please don't get out your sledgehammer, please. Next up is our mecha-empress Wu Shetian from Island Waiter by Jiran Shao. This book is a science fiction based on the reimagining of the only female emperor in Chinese history. Meet Wu Shetian. Now, Zhetian isn't a monster, she's just very angry, and she has every right to be. Like, society treats her or women in general less than, her family treats her like cattle, and when her sister is murdered and unavenged for, she doesn't break down. She hatches a plan to avenge her death and succeeds in it. She broke my brain because of the scale of her rage. What starts off as a mission to revenge her sister transforms into something of like an act done, a resolution done to kind of entirely take down this misogynistic system. She learns about the lies that the society has kept away from the women of through generations, and she decides to burn this structure down to the ground. She is a true queen in making, and watching her rise from a disposable girl to a mecha-empress was so satisfying. Next up is our vigilante serial killer Lana Myers from the Mindfuck series by S.G. Abbey. If you want to read about a woman who defines revenge done right, meet Lana Myers. When I started this book, I had no idea how much I would enjoy this character, respect this character. Like, Lana is this badass, dangerous female who is taking the trash out of the society. Literally. Literally. She's a serial killer hunting down people who have wronged her. And all the while, she is dating this FBI agent who is hunting her. We have to applaud Lana for her sheer audacity. Like, she's this master of duality. Like, on one end, like, she's this like very sweet, supportive girlfriend. And on the other end, she's like this cold, calculative killer painting the walls red. This is one specific scene in this book which is etched in my memory even today. Like, there's this killer who kind of traps her or thinks he has trapped her, and he thinks that she is this, helpless damsel woman, and he can like easily, kill her. He thinks he has found a victim, but he has actually unraveled a monster. Like, she destroys this guy and his ego with such ease, like it literally gave me the chills. Like, it's hands down one of the best predator becomes prey scene I have read. Now, on paper, a character like this good at murder, this badass, like it sounds over the top, but I'm telling you, as you're going to read this book, you're going to forget all about this. Lana is going to hook you, you're going to cheer for her throughout. And like you're going to stare at like possibly, at the end of the day, she's doing murders solely. You can say like, oh yeah, she's a villain, but you're like, no, she's making really good points. Maybe we need this woman in our society. Next up is The Cult of Cute, Samantha and the Bunnies from the Bunnyverse by Mona Awad. Now, what am I going to say next may sound weird to you if you haven't read this book, but trust me, if you read this book, it's probably going to make sense. Now, this book is very weird. Like, I don't know if I was reading a magic, a cult, or a collective psychotic break. On one hand, you have our bunnies, this are a group of 4 rich MFA students who talk in unison, always work hand in hand, hug till their ribs break apart. Sounds familiar, Mean Girls? Yeah, kind of like that. They have like this terrifying hive mind of collective toxicity and lip gloss. They will isolate you, love bomb you with cupcakes, and then slowly take you into their group and take you into their rituals where heads explode. Literally. On the other side, you have Samantha Mackey, our main character. Basically, the cynical outsider. She hates them, loathes them, but the minute they invite her to their smut salon, she drops everything. Samantha, on one hand, is unhinged because, she chooses this horror over loneliness. Like, she knows, like, this is not a good group to stay with, but still, she cannot stop herself. And on the other hand, like, these bunnies, like, they are unhinged because their friendship is like so toxic, so claustrophobic that it requires a blood sacrifice. It is pink, it is gore-soaked, and it's going to give you the nightmare of losing your individuality when you form a part of such a consuming group. Yeah, I'm telling you, by the end of any of this book, the word bunny will haunt you. Bunny, bunny, will you do this for me, bunny? Or eat bunny, sleep bunny, 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 bunny. Next up, we have the apocalyptic romantics, Red and Blue from This Is How You Lose the Time War. Now, these two women, Red and Blue, they have kind of changed the definition of love letters for me forever, what it can mean. Now, these two women aren't just foot soldiers. They are the best of the best. They are these elite agents on opposite ends of a time war who are like literally kind of altering the universe. Like, these two are deployed to kill each other. In fact, they should be killing each other. And instead, what they do? They start leaving each other this taunting, poetic, and increasingly romantic love letters across strands of time. Yeah. And here I'm just not talking about text messages. Like, I'm talking about letters carved into bones of extinct animals, written on these broken old trees, burned into old volcanoes. They broke my brain because the love is essentially like a mutual death pact. Trust me, it's one of the most extreme versions of enemies to lovers I have ever read. They are willing to tear apart the fabric of reality just to get the last word. It's violent, it's beautiful, it's romantic, and it shows that love is the most unhinged force of all. Next up is The Vengeful Queen, Clytemnestra from Clytemnestra by Constance Akasati. Before all these heroes, we have our OG Clytemnestra. Now, you might remember her from Greek mythology as the villain who killed her husband. But the book asks the question, did he deserve it? Spoiler alert, yes, absolutely. Like a husband Agamemnon, he kills a child and does numerous other questionable things. You need to read the book to understand that, which will make your blood boil in rage. Clytemnestra doesn't scream, she doesn't have a meltdown. She waits. She plays this role of the dutiful wife all years, silently plotting the most satisfying red carpet murder of history. This is a very angry book. It sees its rage. Like, this book shows like the rage of all women who are treated like cattle, while like men like Agamemnon who gets all the praise for war. But Clytemnestra, she refuses to forget. She nurtures her hatred for her husband all the years he's away, kind of sharpening her knife of revenge. And she proves the point that time doesn't heal all wounds. Sometimes it just gives you the time to plan the perfect murder. Last up is the con artist Nora Mali from The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. To close our list, we have a girl who isn't just one unhinged woman, she's many rolled into one. Now, Nora, she's the daughter of a con artist. So, all through her childhood growing up, she has been all kinds of girls. She has been the soft girl, the tough girl, the shy girl, and now she's just Nora. And she walks into a bank to make a deposit, but she is taken hostages by the robbers. Yeah, there's bank robbery going on when she walks in. Surprise, surprise, it is bad luck for them because Nora doesn't view this bank robbery as a tragedy that is happening to her. She views it as a game that she has to win. She doesn't panic, instead, she weaponizes her trauma. She starts pulling all these skills from her past personas to slowly dismantle mentally these robbers one by one. I mean, the strength and resilience of this character was incredible. It is the ultimate call an ambulance, but not for me energy. Because Nora here is manipulative, she's a liar, she's calculating. But you're going to cheer for her all the way along. She proves this point that sometimes you have to be a bit broken to be dangerous in the best way possible. Well-behaved women rarely make history, but unhinged women make the best books. From cannibals to con artists, these are the women who have absolutely wrecked me in the best way possible. Tell me in the comments which fictional woman scares you the most. I'm always looking for more red flags. Till then, pour something strong, check your locks, and happy reading. Bye bye, good night, Shubhratri.